This is Sigmund Bloom bringing you the Week 6 waiver wire quick hitter quarterback. Be ready to put a lot of chips in for Geno Smith. He's a top 10 quarterback to date. No reason to think that is going to slow down. His only bad game was against San Francisco. No shame in that. Justin Fields, there's hope. There's a touchdown that was wiped off the board. There's some good passing, and maybe he's getting his hang of this offense. Daniel Jones is being used more as a runner. There's potential there. Kenny Pickett, when he's not facing really good defenses, facing Tampa this week, there's some potential there. Even Zach Wilson, even though almost all the touchdowns went to running backs, there's potential there as the Jets offense looks really good. So there's help on the waiver wire. Even Carson Wentz, if he can get a good matchup like he did against Tennessee when Dyami Brown reeled in 2 deep balls. In 2 quarterback superflex leagues, Nick Foles should be maybe being looked at in a couple of weeks if Matt Ryan doesn't keep it up. Marcus Mariota could give way to Desmond Ridder soon. Skylar Thompson could get a start with both of the quarterbacks ahead of him banged up. PJ Walker is going to start with Baker Mayfield banged up. And Bailey Zappe could get one more start if Mac Jones isn't ready, so there's still some help there for 2 quarterback superflex leagues. At running back, do not forget about Kenneth Walker. He's worth everything you got left. If he's out there, he's going to take over as the starter. Had a 69-yard touchdown run. Rachaad White is still there now. Leonard Fournette did put up much bigger stats this week, but the split was still close to 60-40. 40% in that Tampa offense has some value, and if Fournette goes down, White's going to be there. And Benjamin could easily start this week. We saw James Conner and Darrell Williams go out with an injury. After that, you might want to take a look at Joshua Kelley, who had a touchdown, and looks like if Austin Eckler goes down, he's the clear number 2, just like Samaje Perine is the clear number 2, looking good as the Bengals offense might have to be more conservative. Tevin Coleman and his familiarity with that Kyle Shanahan offense, giving you some value there deep on your bench, actually some value this week. He's the number 2, at least until Elijah Mitchell comes back, and Mike Boone looks solid as the number 2 if he's out there, but not as much of a priority with that Broncos offense, looking a little weaker going forward. If George Pickens is out there, he'd still be your number 1 priority wide receiver. Again, when the Steelers face not such a tough defense, we could see that offense do a lot better. Jakobi Meyers is back and back in the box score, back in our lineup. So when Mac Jones is back, it'd be even better for him. Devin Duvernay, a little Deebo Samuel type role. Even when Rashad Bateman is back, he's looking like he's going to be part of this offense. It's time to add Michael Gallup. Still not the number 2 receiver yet in terms of snaps, but yes, in terms of production, and Dak Prescott will be back soon. Alec Pierce is continuing his momentum as the deep threat for the downfield threat for the Colts. Khalil Shakir, even when Isaiah McKenzie's back, he is still in concussion protocols Monday, looking really strong and swift and valuable if he can stay on the field and get on the field in some way. Dyami Brown with those 2 deep balls. Jahan Dotson should be out. Hey, throw Brown in on a what the heck flex on Thursday against Chicago, see what happens. Rondale Moore has some value for now as the slot for Arizona, but DeAndre Hopkins is back in week 7. Darius Slayton might be the best receiver for the Giants this year. What's that worth? I don't know. Maybe in addition to the end of your bench. Randall Cobb, Marvin Jones, worth 1% pickups if you need a spot starter as we're entering the bye weeks. And Ben Skowronek may have a larger role as the Rams are taking care, looking at everything to try to figure out what's going wrong with their offense. He can block, so maybe he should play a bigger role. Tight end, Taysom Hill's the story here. And sometimes you might get a 0 or 0.5. Sometimes you might get 4 touchdowns. Well, one of them a passing touchdown. So that's good enough at tight end. Evan Ingram, a steady target for Jacksonville on an afternoon that didn't go too well for them. At least he's worth a low-end tight end 1 look. Hayden Hurst, still not a player when everyone's on board that we're going to trust in our lineup. So with D. Higgins out, he had a solid game. If he needs some help there, even Cade Otton, if Cameron Brate's not back from his concussion, Otton against the Steelers, the rookie, had a pretty good week. Hope you're having a good week. We always have a good week that we get to spend with you as part of our Football Guys community because you are so classy.